Yo, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to work through my SoundCloud and we're going to rate my previous productions. Now, shout out to Josh Baker and the Syntho Crew because I've seen this video on their channel. So I thought it'd be really cool and really interesting to do that on this channel. So I'm going to link their video below. But yeah, let's get stuck into it and see how far we can date back. So for reference, I have been producing since end of May 2020. So I was a lockdown producer. So only about 4 years really. We're mid-June now. And the latest I can get back to is about 2 years ago. Unfortunately, I can't find some of the really first ones, as cringy as they would be to listen to. So we're starting from about 2 years ago, where they were okay by any means, but they never received like any DJ support or anything like that. And I think it will be quite interesting to see how my sound has evolved and the tipping point in which you can hear a lot of my current sound within my old productions and how I've kind of translated that up to a more, I guess, professional, up-to-date feeling. So yeah, let's go back to the very first one and start with a track called Excuse Me. So I can remember this track and making it. So it was made in this studio and I can't remember what track inspired it. I feel like it might have been a Chris Stussy track or something like that. I can't fully remember. But you'll hear it's a completely different vibe to what I make nowadays. So yeah, let's play it from here. Yeah, so super interesting to hear this back, seeing as it's at least 2 years old, if not longer. I mean, I'm going to rate this one a solid 6 out of 10. I'm going to say it's slightly above average because I think it's really creative. I think the bass line's really good. The drums sound terrible. They sound very kind of harsh. I think this was before I ever learned anything to do with mixing, by the sounds of it. But it also has like a really nice analog and raw sound to it. And I can remember that when I made this track, I used a lot of hardware. At the time, I had maybe 2 or 3 synthesizers and a drum synthesizer as well. I think that's where all the drums have that like really quite gated effect, and maybe I wasn't able to close that open hi-hat and snap it up a little bit because it was a raw audio file, which is the beauty and the disadvantage of working with hardware. But yeah, I'm going to say 6 out of 10. I mean, the vocal just feels forced in there. But from a creative standpoint, especially that breakdown where it swaps out to a slightly different bass line, and then that pluck lead comes in on top of it. And the ending's really cool as well. It just like drops to the synth and that little pluck. Very similar to my next edit, which is going to be out next month. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Comment below as well while you're watching this what you think this one is. Let's have a look at this one because this one's interesting. It's a bit darker and it's my very first free download. You can kind of see it was cut off slightly there, but that's 2,200 plays in about 2 years. That's absolutely horrendous. But it looks like some people enjoyed it. Maybe they're being really nice. Who knows? But yeah, let's take a listen to this one.
We got a party to go to tonight. But alright, I've been staying up all day just for this. I am ready and I am outdoors.
Yeah, so dead simple roller with this one. I'm going to go for a 4 out of 10. I think this one's definitely below average. Although it definitely aligns slightly better with what I'm making nowadays. And it's really cool to hear that even 2 years ago I was doing those really quick cutaway fills which are kind of littered throughout all of my productions. So yeah, super cool to hear that. But it's just not a banger, is it? It's just not a good track. So 4 out of 10. I don't even know why that's still public, to be honest. Should probably come down. Tell you what, let's go for this one. So this was something that I actually made in a lesson. So believe it or not, even 2 years ago, I was actually doing lessons. All just for like local DJs just wanting to learn to produce. Obviously I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am nowadays, but I was still able to help people out, and it was really good experience because I had to take on a variety of tasks. You know, this one that we're going to listen to now is more kind of mainstream tech house. I had to do some melodic techno or something like that. I can't fully remember what genre it was. Hopefully it's still on here. But yeah, let's rinse this one.
used to it. And your other senses heightened.
Because I never used to make stuff like that. I dabbled in a bit of tech house, but I'm pretty impressive how I was able to nail the vibe. I remember the reference tracks was Pax, but ratings, I'm going to give that 5 out of 10. I think it's bang average because I was able to get the vibe right with all the sample choices. It just doesn't sound very good. Doesn't sound very well mixed, and because of that, it just lacks any kind of impact. Right, so let's maybe skip forward a little bit. Let's go for this one, because this one actually has been played out by Rich Next in Amnesia. Maddest thing, I sent this to him when I first started sending out promos. Early last year, early 2023. And he downloaded it, which was a surprise because I don't think it's a very good track. And then played it out 5 months later. So you should always be on the hunt for video footage of your tracks, because granted the DJs usually have a quick turnover of music, but if they like something, it might just sit in their record box until they get that set where it's more applicable. But anyway, let's rinse this one. I mean, I think that track is absolutely dead. I think some of the earlier stuff were better. I just feel like it lacks any groove, any kind of hook. Granted, if you haven't tried this already, try and make a track with no real vocal in. It's really difficult. 3 out of 10. Bang average. Not even that. Below average. So what are we now? We're about a year into the journey. It's got to be done. Energy, the track that started it all for me. Let's give this one a rinse. Funnily enough, I actually played this out... Does it say? Monday. Played this out on Saturday for the first time ever. And it was quite good, actually. I was fairly surprised, considering Energy is... Well, it's a year old from there, but it was actually a year before that. If we go back to here... Energy was made late 2022 and got released early 2023. So it's still quite an old track.
You don't think about things like that.
Energy.
Yeah, I mean, this has always got a sentimental value to me because it's really what started everything for me. So big shout out to Jeff and the Short Circuits team for signing this one, and my other track, Contact, and just in general for being sound guys and really helping me out throughout my journey. It's got to be like a 7 out of 10. I would say it's above average track, but I feel like it's one of those tracks that need to be played in the right environment at the right time. You know, I played this in like a little garden party a bit earlier into my set while everyone was kind of just chilling. It worked okay, but it wasn't hitting as hard as it probably should have if it was in like a club, more kind of peak time or leading up until that sort of peak time. So before jumping into some newer stuff, let's take a listen to this one, which never got released, and I still really like this, and I wouldn't be afraid to still play this one in my sets now and again. Yeah, I think it's a cool track. So let's see if my memory holds up to this track.
Bass. Yo. Bringing the heat. Bass. What?
Yeah, still good from my memory. Mad how much of a difference a mixdown can make. If I had this project, I could give that a proper fresh lick of paint and it would sound 10 times better. Lacks a lot of sort of pump and groove and energy, but the bass line's so good and that main breakdown, goes in. So let's have a look through some new stuff, some unreleased stuff, some stuff that I've not even put on my stories. In fact, change my mind. Let's find somewhere on here. Here we go. I made a bit drum and bass. Let's check this out. Maybe I should make a drum and bass alias and really delve into it. So let's look at some new stuff, like I said. Let's go brand new. Let's go for this one here. Yeah, solid effort, and I've tested this one out last weekend as well, and it went off a treat. It's mad how much a couple years can make to your productions. You can hear just like the detail and life and character that that track has compared to the ones from a few years ago. So for anyone that's in those earlier stages, just keep on going because it does pay off, I can promise you. If I can do it, because I'm just an idiot, then you can do it too. But ratings, I'm going to go... I can't even remember if I rated the last one. But anyway, I'm going to rate this one. I feel like once this is mixed and got professional master, I'm going to say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I don't know if any track I've made is 10 out of 10. But I would say that's definitely up there. And let's finish it off with a new original instead of an edit.
No, that's not me. Can't be a waste man, that's not me. Living at Armsy, that's not me. Then when I come deep, that's not me. No, that's not me. In need of a hand out, that's not me. I'm not holding my hand out, that's not me. There's a dickhead thing, no, that's not me. 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 Can't be a waste man, that's not me. Living at home, see, that's not me. No, that's not me.
Yeah, I think it's good, but rating wise, I'm going to say at the moment it's a 6.5 out of 10. But I feel with a lot of work, I could probably get this up to a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Mix sounds awful, and the energy kind of drops off a little bit, because obviously I know the rest of the track, it needs something in when that drop comes in. But the idea, pretty solid, I'd say. So yeah, that is the end of the video, rating my previous productions. I hope you found that one a bit interesting. Not really any information in there or any kind of tutorial, probably just a background YouTube video that you guys can watch while doing more important things. But yeah, never forget just to kind of look back at how far you've come, because I think in how fast life moves nowadays, it's very easy to forget of where you was to the point where you are now. A good saying that I always think about is be proud but never satisfied, because that will just leave you always chasing for that extra bit further and keep you just progressing and progressing and progressing. Anyways, that's enough life advice from me. I'll be back with the tutorials on the next video.